Sometimes in ratio problems, the ratios might differ a little bit. So you might have three things that you're comparing, and then the ratios change in the middle of the problem. So this one, for instance, the ratio of the number of hair clips to the number of ribbons is 5 to 2. So I'm going to set up a ratio of that first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 2. But then it goes on to say that the number of ribbons to hair bands is 4 to 5. So that means somehow this ribbons has to account for 2, but it also has to account for 4. So I'm going to just show the four sections here of this, and that'll be 5 similar sections. There we go. 5 sections of headbands. So now I know that while the ribbons here are 4 to 5, excuse me, 2 to 5, they're also 4 to 5. So I had to split them up a little bit. Then I'm going to go with that last piece of information they give. They say there's 40 hair clips. So how much of everything else is there? So if this is represented by 40, that means each big box is 40. So that this is made up of 2 boxes. So the big boxes must be 40. So the ribbons must be, if it's 2 big ones, it should be 80. But if 2 big ones are 80, then maybe 4 little ones must be 20 apiece. So then these little ones must represent 100. So I know that there's 40 hair clips because they told me, but I used that to find out how many ribbons, in this case 80, and how many headbands, in this case 100, to answer that question. If you set this one up a similar way, you'll be able to solve it, so why don't you try it and see how you do. The ratio of the number of red marbles to green marbles in a bag is 2 to 3. So I'm going to set this up as a ratio of red marbles to green marbles as a ratio of 2 to 3. Okay. And then they say that the ratio number of green marbles to blue marbles is 9 to 4. So I'm just going to cut this so it now has 9 pieces. And I'm going to show that this also down here has some of those smaller ones that represent 4 pieces for the blue marbles. They say that there's 76 marbles in the bag. So I got to find a way to get all these in common to know that there's 76. So I'm going to make these into 3s too. So the ratio of these reds to these greens is 6 to 9, but it's also 2 to 3, which is the same as 6 to 9. So if now I check and I see that there's 6 pieces of red and there's 9 pieces of green and there's 4 pieces of blue, altogether there's 19 pieces. 19 pieces that are a total of 76. So to find out each of those smaller pieces, if I divide 19 into 76, it ends up being 4. So I know that the small pieces are 4. And use the amount, then I can use the amount in each section here to know what they all are. So it looks like the red piece up there is made up of 6 of those smaller pieces, 6 pieces that are 4 each. The red is made up of 24 marbles. The green looks like it's made up of 9 pieces that are 4 each for 36 marbles in that bag. And then that leaves the blue marble, which is blue marbles are made up 4 pieces that are 4 each, 16 marbles in that smaller bag.